Hi, I'm Brickroad. Welcome back to another Risk of Rain series. Now that my hundo is rebuilt, we have all the everything once again. There are a couple of character series that I have not completed. Just running down the list, in the past, we've done Commando, a pretty hilarious bandit series. The Huntress was the Queen of Boogers. We've done Engineer. Sniper's one I probably need to redo, I think, for various reasons. We've done Acrid, we've done Loader, and we've done Chef. We have not yet done Mercenary. And I have a very specific game plan in mind for Mercenary. We're going to go with Glass, as always, Command, because I do need a specific build, although we're going to be going pretty slim. We're going to be packing lights today with Mercenary. We're not going to be taking a ton of items, and Origin. I kind of want to have boxes on the levels, because you do get more items on average early if you go with boxes on the levels. So we're going to open up boxes this way, and you know what? We're not going to take an Infusion at all. We're going to go with Guardian Hearts for our maximum hit point needs. Now let's talk a little bit about Mercenary's attacks. He's a melee character, but he's a very... he controls a lot of the space around him. Ooh, there's a garbage can right next to my escape capsule there. So he's got his regular sword swing here. Not much to write home about. Does have a pretty good arc on it, though. Sometimes there's a box hiding up top here, and so there is. Beautiful, beautiful. He's got this Massacre ability, which I just used right there. We're going to be stacking up Lensmaker's glasses until we have 10, which is the maximum. At that point, they no longer do anything for you. We'll probably hit those imps a little bit later, once we're ready to leave this stage. We've got this dash move, that if it hits an enemy, it doesn't go into cooldown. You can immediately use it again. And you can do that up to 3 times. You can chain the dashes together. Dash, dash, dash. There's kind of a cadence to it. If there's enemies around and you dash into a big group of enemies, you can use the little bit of invincibility that you get to get in, chain in a couple of other attacks, and get back out again. Is this garbage can going to give me enough dollars for that box, I wonder? No, but this one over here probably will. I'm 1 penny short. And then he's got his double jump ability. That is a mid-air sword slash. And I feel like the Merc's bread and butter is the, I think it's called Eviscerates. If you're anywhere near a creature, like that there, like that's how far away you can hit that jellyfish from with his Eviscerate ability. What he does, he warps into the monster, eviscerates it for I think 6 hits, and then teleports back to where he was, during which point he's immune. But it has a long cooldown. However, I do think it's the Merc's bread and butter. You can attack monsters at any angle. You can attack monsters through the floor like this. And on typical Merc runs... Ooh, let's go ahead and grab a Hopo Feather now. Beautiful. On typical Merc runs, you're going to use all of these abilities in tandem. It's all about building up combos. You use your dash ability to get into a big group of monsters. You hit them with the Eviscerate, maybe. You dash again, so to keep a few seconds of invincibility time. You do the double jump for another couple of easy hits. Then you dash a 3rd time, and then maybe by then your Eviscerate is back. And so there's there's kind of a dance to it. We're using Command, though. We're not going to have to worry about any of that. We do have to worry about these imps, though. Hutsa! Hey, we got a nice use item. That'll help us get those other imps really easily. For a use item, I do believe we will take... the missiles. Really can't go wrong with missiles. Let's go ahead and pop these guys here. And here's my tier 3. And the tier 3 item we're going to take is called the Wicked Ring. And the Wicked Ring reduces all of your cooldowns by 1 second every time you get a critical hit. And that is probably the single best item you can get on a Mercenary build. Especially if you stack a lot of critical hit items, which we are going to be doing. We're going to be taking maybe, I think, 7 or 8 items total. And that's it in this run. We're not going to go crazy for it. Were there boxes back at the start? I guess I could better go check. Oh, there's one right here. Tier 1 boxes are the most useful things we can find right now because... Oh, I don't want to take a Monster Tooth. I accidentally took a Monster Tooth. I think I'm okay with having a Monster Tooth. We are going to need some kind of healing on this build, and Monster Tooth's better than nothing. We're going to have the Harvester Scythe to heal with, because we're going with a critical hit build primarily. We're going to be stacking up Harvester Scythes, and we're going to use Guardian Hearts to make sure that we don't get, like, one shot. So our first goal is just kind of survive through the loop. Hey, there's some crit glasses right there I can buy for $7 to $7. We need to survive through the loop. So we can come into the second loop and continue this build. And I have a specific goal in mind with the Mercenary that is the title of the Let's Play. But I'm not going to say it in the Let's Play because I want it to be a surprise for people who don't bother reading the titles and just, like, put my stuff on autoplay in the background. I want to reward you people for actually taking the time to read the titles, I think. Mercenary is one of my favorite classes in the game. It's a little tricky to get a break going on Mercenary on Monsoon difficulty. At least it can be, because of... What do we got here? More glasses. Nice. Because you got to get in the enemy's face so often, especially if you don't have any... If you don't get any movement items early on, if you don't get a double jump or a bunch of goat hooves. We will be taking goat hooves on this build, but not until our crit glasses are done, unless we see them for sale in a shop. If we see them for sale in a shop, I will pick up a Gwot hoof. But for my use item, I did want some kind of attack item, just for clearing stuff out, more for convenience than actual ease of use, honestly. If we're being completely honest. Because we're going to get to the point where we're going to be wanting to try to find that teleporter pretty early. There's one right there. And it can be annoying to have to go back and deal with monsters if you could just kill them with a volley of missiles as you're leaving the screen. Let's make sure that these jellies are taken care of before we... Oh, let's take care of them. What do I want to take here? I think a rusty jetpack, I think. Yeah, we're going to have a couple of rusty jetpacks on this build. We'll start with that. We'll get one rusty jetpack, and then we'll start in on the Harvester sides, as we have a 30% crit chance right now. Harvester Scythe. Nice. Alright, we'll go back and get some boxes. Oh, it wasn't a box, it was a shop with some Lens Maker's glasses in it. We can stack those up to 10 before they stop doing anything. And we do want to keep it nice and light. There's one other Tier 3 items I want to get if we see another Tier 3 box, but in general, Tier 3 is not super useful for this build. The Wicked Rings do stack. You can get more use out of them if you get multiples. I think it just increases the amount of time you get for each critical hit. Knocked off your cooldown. We're not doing too bad. We're on the second level. We've already got 5 of our Lens Maker's glasses. That is not terrible. Not terrible at all. And if you saw right there, this is why the Wicked Ring and the Lens Maker's glasses are incredible for this character. Because what happened when I was fighting that monster is I used my double jump sword slash ability. It critical hit, and because it hits twice, it knocks 2 seconds off the cooldown. And it's only got a 2-second cooldown, which means it did another spinny sword slash air move immediately. And it's a lot of fun. And that's what this whole build is going to be based around, is getting critical hits to reduce the cooldown of that sword move. And wait until you see the Providence fight. The Providence fight, especially with this build, is pretty hysterical. Like, we might have to queue up some yakety sacks, maybe, for that fight. The level of shenanigans might be unpalatable for pregnant women and children under 45. So, but we have a ways to go. We're probably not going to go through Providence until we get through the loop. Looping once is something that's probably going to happen. Or we'll get killed by the Cremator on level 4, because in no way am I prepared to fight the Cremator. Well, I don't know. I got some decent jump now. We'll have to see how it goes. Maybe we'll get Boar Beach. If we get Boar Beach, that'll help us quite a bit. Have some missiles. We have some missiles, Your Majesty. Thank you. We're gonna keep going with. We're gonna go with some more Guardian Hearts now. And I think I'm gonna alternate Guardian Heart, Harvester Scythes for a little while. Until I decide I need to get more verticality, then I'll grab another Hopo Feather. But for now, I think the tier 2s are set. So what we really want to see are tier 1 boxes. We want to see those white boxes. I need 5 more of those. And then every white box I see beyond that, we're going to grab goat hooves for movement speed. There's another tier 3. I do have another tier 3 in mind. It is the... Where is it? Where is it? Oh, it's this, there it is. Interceptor. Yeah. And that just makes my Eviscerate better. So the way Eviscerate works is it gets 6 hits on an enemy in range. If you... Once we use the Ancient Scepter to level that up to, I think it's called Massacre. If your Massacre ability kills an enemy, it jumps to the next enemy in range and resets the count. So you can take out big clouds of enemies like that. We're going to go with some more Harvester Scythe. Every one of these, every critical hit heals me for, I think, 8 hit points. And then the more Harvester Scythes we have, the more we get healed. We do have Boar Beach. I'm just going to go ahead and go right now. So I guess we're going to get one more item than I was expecting, because we're going to be taking the shirt from Boar Beach. Have that going for us. Nice. The white undershirt. Look how long that Massacre lasted, because we have a whole bunch of low health monsters right in a line there. Pretty good run so far. And our chance of resetting Massacre is pretty good, because our crit chance is also pretty good. We do get, I think, some base crit chance just with the Harvester Scythe. And how does it work? Like, every time we get a critical hit with the Harvester Scythe, we get a short-term buff that raises our crit chance a little more. So we're going to be able to hit that 100% ceiling even before we get to 10 pairs of crit glasses. I'm still going to go to 10 pairs of crit glasses, because that puts my base critical chance at 100%. Every single hit will be a critical hit, which means every single hit will heal me because of the Harvester Scythe, and every single hit will reduce my cooldown for more shenanigans. Shenanigans is really the key word of this run. It's really all you need to know about this run is shenanigans. I think we're going to make sure we open up all the boxes in this level before we leave. A little bit of grinding is perhaps merited. Not a lot. A little bit, though. This guy's got to go. Just so we can make sure we get to our crit glasses that we need, we're going to have to do a little bit of grinding. Not a lot. A little bit. Another tier 3. I think what I'm going to just do then is grab more Wicked Rings. the more of these Wicked Rings we have, because we're not at 100% critical chance yet, though, but eventually we're going to be able to pretty much spam this Massacre ability almost rapid fire, because it'll be cooling itself down so quickly. I don't think we get a full 2 seconds of cooldown per critical hit. I don't think that's quite how it works. But then I admit I don't know quite how it works. There's much in Risk of Rain that I don't know. There are good websites out there. There's a Risk of Rain wiki that has all of the item information on it. Aha! Can we get all the way to your head? Nope, not quite. We didn't get a single critical hit off that. That was better. Another tier 3. Wow. Let's, take another Wicked Ring. Why not? Yeah, I don't have another tier 3 that I want. I think Goat Hoof is the only other item I'm going to take that we haven't seen yet. Because tier 2s are going to be going all going to be going towards our survivability. Tier 1 is going to be going towards just our speed. Should I take a... I guess we'll take a drone.
Shoutouts to Lord Enigma for sponsoring this video, and to everybody who helps make my channel possible by supporting me on Patreon.